Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we are going to have a forum discussion about is it good to drink milk every day? So there will be 4 panels over here. 2 will be on the proposition side, which is me, Siti Nur Fatimah Ismail, and Farah Aina binti Adam Rosli, while the other 2 will be on the opposite side, which are Sharifah Alia Shekina and Siti Nur Farah. So I'm going to start first. In my opinion, drinking milk every day is really good for us. My first point is, it is because milk packed with nutrients. Why I am saying like that? If you drink just 1 cup of 244 grams whole cow's milk, contains a lot of vitamin and minerals. Based on my studies and for you guys information, in that 244 grams of milk contains 146 calories, 8 grams of protein, 8 grams of fats, 28% of calcium, 24% of vitamin D, 26% of vitamin B2, 18% of vitamin B12, 10% of potassium, 12% of phosphorus, and the last one, 13% of selenium. So, from there we can see that milk is an excellent source of vitamins and minerals, including nutrients of concern, which are unconsumed by many populations. Moreover, it provides potassium, B2, calcium, and vitamin D, which are lacking in many diets. Milk is good source of vitamin A, calcium, zinc, and thiamine, which is vitamin B1. Additionally, it is an excellent source of protein and contains hundreds of different fatty acids, including conjugated linoleic acid, or we call it as CLE, and omega-3 acids that link to many health benefits, including a reduced risk of diabetes and heart disease. If you guys want to know, the nutritional content of milk varies depending on the factors like its fat content and the diet and the treatment on the cow it came from. For example, milk from cows that eat mostly grass contains significantly higher amount of conjugated linoleic acid and omega-3 fatty acids. Also, an organic and grass-fed cow milk contains higher amount of beneficial antioxidants, such as vitamin E and beta-carotene, which help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. To summarize this first point, I would like to say that milk contains a wide array of nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants that are really good for us to drink it every day. Moving to the next point, why I said milk is really good to drink every day, it is because it also can help us prevent the weight gain. It is one of the best or interesting points I want to share with you guys. Several studies have linked milk intake into a lower risk of obesity. A study in 145 3-year-old Latino children found that higher milk fat consumption was associated with a lower risk of childhood obesity. Another study, including 18,000 middle-aged and elderly women, showed that eating more high-fat dairy products was associated with less weight gain and a lower risk of obesity. Milk contains a variety of components that may contribute to weight loss and prevent weight gain. For example, its high protein content helps you to feel full for a longer period, which may prevent overeating. Furthermore, the conjugated linoleic acid in milk have been studied for the ability to boost weight loss by promoting fat breakdown and inhibiting fat production. Additionally, many studies have associated diet rich in calcium with a lower risk of obesity. Studies also have shown that high levels of dietary calcium promote fat breakdown and inhibit fat absorption in the body. So, adding milk, especially whole milk, to your diet may prevent the weight gain. Last but not least, I will share some tips for you guys to practice in order to prevent the weight gain. Based on the Ayurvedic experts, there is no particular time or cause harm, but the best time to drinking milk is in the evening. Enzymes required to digest the milk effectively are produced on that time. To gain more benefits or to gain full benefit from that milk, you also can blend the milk with ashwagandha, which includes better sleep and boosts your memory. And remember, you should drink the warm milk, not the cold one. Many people who are on a strict diet feel that milk will not help them to lose weight. However, there are many studies and practical implementation which are proof that including calcium in your diet will surely help you to lose weight. We just need to be well first about the best ways, the ideal timing, and how to drink milk in order to gain all the benefits from milk and to lose weight. So, Shakina, do you have any idea or opinion based on my opinion told before?
In my opinion, other than advantage, may also give several disadvantages such as broken bones, acne, cancer, and meat allergies. I will explain two of them in details, which are cancer and meat allergies. Up to 5% of children have meat allergies. It can cause potentially strong and dangerous reactions such as eczema and gut symptoms such as colic, constipation, and diarrhea. Colic is when your otherwise healthy baby cries for 3 or more hours a day, 3 or more uh, times a week for at least 3 weeks. Diarrhea is when someone has loose stools 3 or more times in one day. One of causes of diarrhea is infection by bacteria, which is bacteria is one of ingredient in milk. There are other several serious reactions include anaphylaxia, wheezing, difficulty breathing, bloody stool. Bloody stool is a sign that there is a bleeding somewhere along the digestive tract. In fact, adults also can have milk allergy. For cancer, there are several cancers that people who love to drink milk may get, which are prostate cancer for male and ovarian cancer for female. Excess calcium from milk and also other food may increase the risk of prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is the walnut-sized gland in men, located just below the bladder and in front of rectum, surrounding the urethra. Urethra is the tube that carries urine out of bladder. While ovarian cancer is a group of disease that originates in ovaries or in the related areas of the fallopian tubes and the peritoneum. According to Swedish study, women who consume 4 or more servings of dairy products in a day were twice as likely to develop serious ovarian cancer. This is because sugar in milk may link to a slightly higher risk of ovarian cancer. Both of these effects, which are cancer and milk allergy, may happen because people's desire who wants to lose weight or diet by drinking milk with the wrong amount of milk. These people should consult from professional doctor before using this method in order to lose weight. That's all from me, I think. Thank you. Back to the panel one, Fatin.
Thank you, Shakina. What about if we move on to the next panel, which she also in the preposition side, so perhaps she can explain why milk is good in our daily life. So, Farina, you may continue now.
In my opinion, there are many advantages we get by drinking milk every day. Firstly, my point is milk is good for muscle building. Based on the article I have read written by Megan Ware, who is a dietitian, nutritionist, an owner of the Nutrition Awareness, and medically reviewed by Katrina Marego, who is clinically registered dietitian, indicates a similar point of view. They mention that milk is health source of high quality protein, containing all essential amino acids. For your information, amino acids are the second largest component after water in the structure of human muscle cells and tissue. When it's absorbed into the body, this amino acid will be used to form various types of proteins that the body needed, such as hemoglobin, enzymes, hormones, and muscle. It also sources of energy in the form of saturated fat, which can prevent muscle mass from being used for energy. Next, my point is milk is help to strengthen. Based on an article 10 benefits of milk that you never know even when you drink it every day, written by Sebastian Eggers, that milk is the best source to strengthen our teeth. It helps to prevent cavities and tooth decay, as we know milk is rich with vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that plays an important role in the human body. For example, for the formation of good bone and tooth structure, maintenance of bone health, and maintaining the function of other body organs. It also will help absorption of calcium and phosphorus in the bones and increases the flow of calcium into the bloodstream. Without vitamin D, calcium will not be absorbed into the body. Less vitamin D intake will affect our body, such as pain in the neck, back pain in bones, muscle, and joints. And lack of calcium in babies and children will inhibit bone formation in the process of growing up, such as their shape of the legs will look like bend or curved. Full cream milk is the most suitable milk for young children because they need the fatty acid content in for optimal development of the body. And for the baby's formula milk, for example, it is equipped with various combinations to suit the age of the baby who needed special nutrients such as DHA in ensuring its development. So that's all from me. And what's your opinion about drinking milk every day, Siti Nurvara?
Thank you, Farah Aina. In my opinion, I don't think so milk is really good for our health like Farah Aina said before. We know that milk is contain rich of protein that can cause acne effect to several people, especially for teenagers. A 2016 study found that teenagers with acne drink higher amount of low-fat or skim milk. Other studies trusted sources have linked acne to skim and low-fat milk. This may due to milk influence on certain hormones including insulin and insulin-like growth factor 1 which called as IGF-1. That insulin will increase the production of oil which contribute to the development of acne. It also triggers androgen production, testosterone hormones that stimulate oil that can cause acne. Dr. Joy, CEO of Vibrant Dermatology and Skin Bar MD, also note that cow milk contain casein, another protein of GF1 and high level of progesterone, which is converted to an acne-stimulating hormone in human gland. Naturally, my mind went straight to my increased dairy intake since the aphorism that milk bad for your skin is as common as drink water is good for our skin. And interestingly, I was not completely wrong at this time. We know that dairy, particularly skim milk, has been associated with the skin inflammation and acne breakout. Dr. Jo Chua, Associate Professor of Dermatology and Director of Cosmetic Clinical Research, their thought is that skim milk contains a high sugar load as well as whey protein, which contain messengers that stimulate our gland. This means more oil and inflammation, leading to acne breakout. In addition, too much taking milk and not use that protein in the milk, which can cause the bad effect to our kidney. Other than that, my next point is milk can cause bone fractures. Why I said like that? Because drinking 3 or more glasses of milk a day may increase the risk of bone fracture, especially for women. Another study, trusted source, showed that bone fractures in older adults due to osteoporosis and higher in areas that consume more dairy in a day, animal protein, and calcium. One possible explanation is that high level of sugar, lactose, and galactose in milk may cause bone to undergo change, like inflammation. There was no reduction in risk of any fracture with higher milk consumption. In fact, there was a slight increase in fracture among those with higher milk consumption. Furthermore, those women who drink 3 or more glasses of milk a day had nearly a double risk to mortality as compared with those who consume less than 1 glass per day. Specifically, death from cardiovascular disease and cancer will increase, but the use fermented milk products such as yogurt, sour milk, kefir, and cheese actually significantly reduce the incidence of hip fractures and death. For example, for every serving of fermented dairy consumed, women experience a 10 to 15% reduction in both hip fracture and mortality. Eating fermented dairy was also associated with a decrease in oxidative stress and inflammation. Research trusted source found that this may be due to a sugar called D-galactose in milk. However, the study did explain that further research is needed before dietary recommendations are made. Lastly, for me, we should not take too much milk in our daily life that can cause back to our body effect. So that's all from me. I will pass to the first panel back, Fatin. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. So, as a conclusion, drinking milk gives us many advantages and disadvantages, and it's still safe if we want to consume it every day, as we consume it in the right way and in the right amount. So, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone, for lending me your time for this forum discussion. Thank you.